hi everyone, and welcome to Tilt, the grand finale. Thank you so much everyone for coming along. Please check out all of the links which are currently being spammed in chat for all of the ways you can find us, support us, interact with us, and contact us, and all of those good things. Also, check out our sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, and we're very grateful to because they make this all possible. And also check out all of the websites where you can get 10 to 15% discount on all sorts of tabletop goods. Retweet the tweet because retweeting the tweet helps us tweet, and the tweeter is a very good thing to be tweeting about. Thank you so much, everyone. The last time, let's go... Wait a minute, Misty, thank you so much for that donation. Just smashed the stream goal in the first 5 seconds. Thank you, everyone, for an amazing season, is the message. Thank you, also. Oh, my. Okay, and Mirror's coming in as well with another one. Tilt rocks. Thank you. Thank you, Mirrors. Thank you, Misty. We appreciate you so much. I'm also I appreciate that you did this before we got into character as well. You know, because... For the last time this season. Kelly. Oh, hi.
Hi. Hi. I'm Kelly. I do things on the internet. I'm aKellian on Twitter, aKelly in chat. I'll be back one more time this season on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. EST for the finale of Just Because You Can. Yeah. You can find me writing articles on Scrat's Patreon. And who knows, maybe I'll appear next season doing something.
Now, for the last time, Kelly, would you like to lead the going around and saying hello to everyone, or shall I lead it?
Oh, sure. I can do that thing. Let's go on my screen. Let's start with Ray.
Oh, hey, I'm Ray. I'm with a brick. I play Ipsis, tiefling, arcane trickster, little naive ball of fun, who has a bird that's still living in her hair. So we'll see how all of this ends up going today. Ah!
And Scrat.
Hi, I'll be playing Lon's Delight. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of arcs right there right now, okay? Is she a badass fighter or is she a, you know, timid lover? We'll find out. We don't know. There's a lot messed up in this head. Possibly.
Why not both?
Speaking of fighters, not so timid of a lover though, I guess.
Not in the least. Indeed. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm Jess. Joe in some circles if there are too many Jesses in the room. I'm Little Cup of Joe, as you can see up there. Playing Sandor, who up until like last episode or so was just a barbarian. Now he's got just a little teeny weeny bit of sorcery that he's not okay with. But I have Chromatic Orb, and that's a fun spell, so we'll see what happens.
And last but not least, Vera.
Hi, I'm Vera from Vera Says Dragons. I play Ransom, the tiefling cleric who really loves this strange little family he's found, even though he fought it every step of the way. I love all of you, and we're here tonight, and I will be back Saturday in Kelly's chair, DMing.
Gonna taste great.
Okay.
We're so excited. Okay, guys. And so here we go for the last time. I will set the scene here.
Ooh. 4 advantages for each player.
Oofed.
We don't save the world, I'm gonna be really upset. So many advantages.
With this many advantages, we don't have an excuse to fail.
I mean, with that many advantages, I'd have questions if we failed.
I'll work on
But
it.
you never know.
Is it a trash fire? Who knows?
So last week we kind of all gathered ourselves back at midnight, and we woke up the next morning after catching up with what happened to Ipsis, meeting the pantheon of gods. We woke up back at the cave, complete with godlike table and snacks, where the Raven Queen arrived. Sandor had a little bit of a reintroduction to his ex-interest, Istvan. And the Raven Queen bestowed upon our players some gifts to help them in the trials to come, and sent them along back to the monastery, where the Raven Queen believed Chantel, our golden tiefling, was planning on kind of stealing some extra bonus godly powers to maybe bring her ex-lover back, maybe, punish some gods. Who knows? But we made it all the way there. The party got struck by some necrotic lightning right as they reached the monastery. And to set the scene here for everyone, players and chat included, as you walk up to this monastery, you see immediately this storm cloud brewing over the central courtyard, which is actually kind of the entry point to the rest of the monastery. You walk through a large stone archway, and laying before you, a mosaic tiled floor, is about a 30 by 30 foot courtyard. And so the walls on all 3.5, give or take the large stone archway, sides go about 15-20 feet in the air. They are worn stone-built walls. They look like they have stood the test of time. They're crumbling in a little places, but they look cared for still, like they've been maintained. And in the center of this courtyard, you see two large, what looks almost like altars. One that is shaped like a star, that has a large white, nearly perfectly white quartz stone sitting in the middle, that seems to just sit. There's nothing particular. It looks like a rock. And there's another large circular altar, a big black circle, with a large onyx, perfectly smooth, sitting in the middle, that seems to be radiating these kind of necrotic lightning flashes out from it. And you see Chantel, who is this kind of 6 foot tall golden tiefling woman, dressed in a golden gown and a golden breastplate, with one hand on this orb. You can see these black streaks of lightning getting sucked into her arm, to the point where you actually see the crackles of it cracking open her skin. You see the black kind of reaching out from her eyes, like it's trying to pull out of her, and you actually see her skin begin to crack all the way around, her perfectly golden skin beginning to crack open with these black tendrils underneath. And raging above her is this lightning storm. What do you do?
I had mentioned to you that I had Ransom holding Bane.
Mm-hmm.
so that he saw her, so it would technically trigger.
Okay, describe that to me.
There's kind of a crackle of black and white energy from his eyes and from his mouth, and he just kind of reaches out a hand like this, and it pulses with that same energy, and she would need to make she's gonna need to make a charisma saving throw. Yeah, she's fine.
Want any more twos on that?
However,
so
with
Kenzie comes in with another donation saying it looks a little unbalanced there. Let's give 4 DMs to Kelly too. 4 advantages.
oh boy,
Oh boy.
what am I up
Thanks.
to? 6, I think.
Yep.
Great.
At this point, just keep using them and I'll tell you when you run out.
Okay. On that, I'm
Advantages
going to
on
use
everything.
I'm going to use the first one here to do something. And that's plenty good enough. Actually, not plenty. Barely good enough.
Oh.
Chantel is distracted momentarily when she feels this kind of blast of energy hit her, but she makes that save very easily, and she continues to have her hand on the stone.
You got another 3 advantages from a mysterious donator.
Me?
This is gonna be
Yeah.
so much fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna die.
I think 2 people tried to unbalance it at the same time, so...
Thanks.
Thank you!
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I appreciate it.
So as Ransom casts this spell, is there anything else that somebody else would like to try?
She's up there doing her cool lightning thing, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I want to stop it.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only way Sandor knows how, which is to run and jump and slash. So...
Okay, so we're gonna go into that initiative order.
Yeah.
And Jess, I'm gonna let Sandor go first, because
Okay.
you dove in there.
Sorry, everybody. That's just what he does.
Totally valid.
So
It is.
so this jump and slash that you're doing, are you
Mhm.
just gonna go stabby stab? Or are you actually going to barrel into her? What does this look like?
Apparently my cat is trying to assist me with describing that. I think let's see here. I think he is going to pretty much take a good does he need to take a running leap to get at her, or is she just
So this whole space is 30 by 30 square.
okay?
So
he
and
can-
she's in the middle of it.
okay. Yeah, he's just gonna run at her and get in her grill, because I can totally make that without having to burn spells and things. He's just gonna charge in, swords drawing as he goes, and swing and a swing.
Okay. Swing and a swing for me. Okay, that's a hit.
That's solid.
You know.
Does 3 things good.
Yep. Ignore the rage damage, because I did not say he's raging.
Okay. So that second swing,
Yo.
that's a hit.
Cute.
Okay. And you take these 2 swings, and she loses focus on the stone. She's distracted by you.
Cool.
And her hand slides off of the back of it. And Lon's Delight, it is your turn.
Lon's Delight is going to chase after Nandor. It's going to be a bit weird, though. She's going to try and kind of jump, and then the winged boots are going to kind of kick in, and it's going to be real weird, but she can, you know, she can float towards Sandor, kind of. She's going to try and stay within 5 feet of him, because, you know, protection fighter. Basically, you know, like, at the very beginning of this campaign, Jess sent us all a picture of an owl looking after a chick, and now we're living that dream as Lonsda Light protectively flies near Sandor.
Yes. She do a protect.
She do a protect, yeah. So I'd like to go towards her, and I would like to attack her with my vicious longsword.
Okay, do it.
I'd like to use an advantage, because I
Do
have
it.
them coming out of my ears.
What do you do to gain this advantage, Shred?
Oh, I fly under her. No, wait, above her. High ground.
Yeah, she's just standing on the ground at the moment. Okay. So you're kind of floating above. Not a hit.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go for my, I do get second attack, don't I? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Extra attack. This time to get advantage, I'm gonna change that flying above to, like, piercing downwards. I'm gonna, like, fly downwards, sword out.
Okay.
GG, Mom.
Yeah!
Okay. And I imagine Lancelot's starting to get the hang of the boots.
Yeah, it's all kicking in.
Roll that
Freaking
damage.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, 14 damage, it's not bad.
14's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Got my calculator up. So, it is now Chantel's turn. And you are kind of floating above her just a little bit as these wings, these black and gold, spidery kind of wings, shoot out of her back. And she flies up about like 25 feet up into the air. So she's well above you now, Lon's Delight, and she looks down at all of you. And she raises one hand to the storm and brings down a fist. And below her on the ground, right in front of you, Sandor, appears an elemental that crackles with lightning inside of it. And that is her turn.
Can I add something to my turn? Because I forgot that I took a level in Rogue, and I had advantage on them attacks. But I was using strength, so ignore me.
Yes. I'll continue ignoring you.
I'm also a literal fool and keep forgetting I have extra attack.
I do have a
We'll
question.
deal that next time.
Yes, Ransom?
She left their area, so would they have gotten attacks of opportunity?
Thank you for asking that, because I desperately need to know for what I wanted to do.
Is that a reaction or a bonus action?
That's a reaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing at her.
Go
Sorry.
I will not.
Go ahead and swing.
I'm gonna swat her like a fly, damn it. Nope.
Oh.
And
Oh.
miss
Yeah.
royally.
She's just like, that's cute.
She kind of bats at you with a wing and just like moves out of the way.
Don't kick my sword.
I do not take an attack.
Okay. And that makes it Ipsis's turn. So right now, Ray, Ipsis is kind of standing back at the entrance. You can move forward, you can stay where you are, you can climb a wall.
She's up in the air and she's summoned an elemental.
Yes. There's an elemental on the ground, basically under her in front of Sandor, and she is like 25 feet up in the air.
Is an elemental considered a humanoid?
No.
No, an elemental's
Wait.
an elemental.
Okay. I had to ask. Oh, this. I'm just gonna go for it because it was the first thing I thought about doing. Since she's in the air, I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at her and see if I can throw her off a little bit. So she needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
and it's a DC of 14.
Okay. She automatically has advantage on Wisdom saving throws.
Shit.
So that's
I
an
took
8.
that chance. That's a bad idea. Okay. Oh, okay. Then I am going to take my bonus action and hide, if possible. I would like to get out of sight.
Yeah, so you can kind of, so if you're still by the entrance, you can basically duck around the corner of so there's this large archway and kind of 2 stone walls that go on either side, and you could kind of duck back around the corner if you would like to. So you can probably still hear everything and stick a nose outside, but you have complete cover.
Yeah, I'll do that for the time being.
Okay. And Ransom.
How high up is she?
25 feet.
25 feet. So that's there's no way I can get her with the whip. I don't think that's like a 15-foot reach, so that's out. So that means I can either debuff or get rid of a problem if this works. Okay. You know what? We're gonna attempt the big guns here. Ransom's gonna cast Banishment.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. Let me just check the logistics of something. Does it have to be a person? Oh, it has to be a creature.
Are you trying to banish
The stone with Shar's power is what I was thinking.
Okay. Well, I was wondering are you aiming this now at Chantel or at the air elemental?
We're gonna. It's a big spell, but also she's probably gonna save because she definitely saved at that charisma earlier. So we're gonna aim that at the elemental.
Okay. I'm going to use an advantage on this.
Figures. It's charisma saving throw.
Because I'm gonna need it. 16.
Damn it! Damn. There goes my 4th level. Okay. Can I even do anything for a bonus action? Is there anything that I can do?
Thank you, all of my chat donors, for these wonderful advantages. Otherwise, my air elemental would be gone.
Yes, he would. Dang it. Is this? Oh no, that's an action. Okay, well, nope, that's that.
Okay, and it is actually now Eastvaughn's turn, and he's going to go up. He's going to, seeing that she is up in the air, he is going to take some advice, and he is going to cast Fireball at her wings. And she's going to fail. So he casts Fireball straight at her wings, and one of them, the edges begin to crisp on the side, and she takes quite a bit of damage for that. And he's kind of holding back doing this. And that makes it the air elemental's turn, who is going to go straight at you, Sandor. And I believe, Lonsdelight, you're kind of right on top there, too.
I am. If they're attacking, I can use reaction to grant. Is it disadvantage? Hang on a minute. Let me proc the thing. What's it called? Lightning Star Protection. There we go. Yeah, disadvantage on the attack.
Well, this isn't really an attack roll. This just kind of happens.
Oh, does this make a save?
So both Lon's Delight and Sandor have to make a DC 13 strengths.
Wait, I'm good at those. Never mind.
Just say
I'm
this.
gonna use advantage anyway.
I don't know. My advantages are going down quick. I'm not going to use advantage this time. I should have this.
I will use one for this. I mean, I didn't need it, but whatever.
By the skin of my
close.
teeth.
So you still take this damage though, or you take half.
Okay, that's not too bad. What kind of damage?
That's fine.
Actually 6. I didn't add the 2, so that's 20. So you take 10 bludgeoning. And you feel yourself stagger backwards a little bit, but you don't, you feel like you could have been thrown all the way back. But instead you're still kind of right there. Taking that 10 damage. And Lon's Delight, it is your turn.
I do not like that. I don't like that at all. But she's like 25 feet up in the air, right? I can't protect anyone if they're up 25 feet up in the air.
No, so you can kind of stay down closer by the air elemental seems to be staying on the ground.
Oh, they're on the ground again?
The air elemental is on the ground. Chantel is above you.
Okay. I don't like this. Thank you for the advantage, Michael Wayne. I don't like them flying. That's not the deal. So I'm going to fly up and use the grapple attack on this person.
On the air elemental?
No, on
Chantel.
On Chantel while she's flying. I've got a flying speed of 30 feet with the boots, so I'm going to fly up and grab her in midair, and we're, Superman in this shit. Superman versus Zod. Let's do it.
Playing chicken in the air.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm using an advantage. The one that 2 advantages for Lon's Delight. Thank you guys. I'm only gonna add 2 in because I'm obviously using one for this grapple. 19.
Okay, and that's opposed athletics then?
Athletics
right?
or acrobatics, your choice. You can slip it or you can just overpower me. Yeah.
And I do.
Great. So she's grappled. I've only got 5 feet of movement left, so I can't do much this round. Does extra attack work? Yeah, whenever you take an attack action, you get another attack. So I'll attack her as well.
Okay.
Yeah, longsword's one-handed. This kind of works. Longsword wouldn't. Okay, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna use a hand axe just because. Nah, I'm not gonna attack her. It doesn't. It's not working right for me.
Technically, you could if you have like an arm around her throat, and you could just stab with the longsword.
Into myself?
Look,
The logistics,
let's say that you're behind her, pinning her wings to her back, which makes the grapple effective, and you've got an arm around her throat, and you've got your sword behind her. Then you just
You don't have to stab. You can get her with the edge.
or just slice. It works.
I'll try a little slicey slice.
Slicey slice.
Just a gentle cut.
Just death by 1,000 cut style cut. I'll use another advantage because people are just throwing them at us left, right, and center. 18.
That hits.
Hey. Is it like this? Cheeky 10 slashing.
Okay. Sounds good. You kind of draw blood from her, but instead of looking like red blood that you would expect, or it comes out as like black goo almost, kind of leaking from her. And it actually, as this black goo kind of comes out of her, it actually like sparks a little bit. It's almost like those electrical tendrils seem to be coming straight out of her very essence.
Great, she's bleeding. Igor.
Gross.
Sandor, it is your turn.
Okay, so she's flying up above. Well, flying, being grappled, like wrestling with Lon's Delight up above, getting a little stabby here and there. Air Elemental is down around my feet, being a pest, yes?
Yes.
Where are we still in relation to that altar and what is happening there?
You're pretty much standing right next to it because you came up on top of her, and that black stone is just kind of sitting there, kind of spitting black lightning-y goo.
Okay. Sandor's gonna sheath one sword and make a grab for it.
Okay. I would like you to make the second your hand touches this stone, make a Constitution save.
Sure, I'll use advantage because why the heck not? Let's do this.
And that is not enough.
Okay.
And it kind of spits back at you as you touch this. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it only does 1 damage. But you feel the black energy trying to begin to seep into your hand, but it almost makes your hand shake and tense in pain, and you have to let go.
Cool.
So that was pretty much your movement. So if you'd like to take an action.
All right. I still have 1 sword in my hand and 1 free hand. I think that means I can cast, technically speaking.
Yeah.
But he doesn't actually know how to do a magic, so this is going to be delightful. Flavor-wise, I think we see him go to ready his sword and look sort of between the air elemental and her up there, debating if he wants to make a jump for it and swing. And I would like to cast Chromatic Orb up that away, clumsily.
Okay.
For whatever that's worth. Because I would like to attack her, but I don't think he quite knows what he's doing with his magic.
Imagine, like, as he gets shot with this pain, he, like...
Yeah, and I think it sort of just gets released from that power, and the power that he's got goes a little haywire. And I think I will do... I don't want to do lightning damage. Party, what should it be?
Fire doesn't hurt me too much.
Onslaught isn't physically attached to her, so...
Yeah, I don't think it's... I think it's a single target, right?
I believe it is. It's not an area of effect.
Yeah, it's a single target
Yeah.
spell. You should be fine. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Sure.
You might feel a little... We'll go fire, but you might feel a little heat. I have advantages to burn, so we'll use them. Did I do that right? I don't know if this thing is set up correctly.
Well, yeah, there's a spell attack there.
Okay.
Yep,
Two
6 plus
tens.
1 plus 3, that would be 10.
Cool.
Which is not enough.
Cool.
So it kind of goes up there, and it begins to spark, but it's kind of goes wide because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. There was
kind
no
of
aim involved there.
flames out over in the distance. But everybody would see this, like, burning light come out of Sandor's hand and then just sputter out.
Yeah. That's fine. So that's fine.
Which makes it Chantel's turn. And she's grappled, so she can't do too much. Right? What is the effect of grapple, Scrat?
Their speed is reduced to 0. They can still take actions.
Okay.
They just can't move, essentially, unless they can use an action to try and escape the grapple, but it doesn't count as an attack. So if they get, like for fighters, if you use your action to escape a grapple, then you can't have extra attack, for example.
Extra attack. Okay. Rather than try to escape this turn. Instead, she is going to cast something. And I need Lon's Delight,
Oh, dear me.
a dex save. I need Sandor to make a dex save.
Burning another
Yes,
advantage.
I get advantage on that automatically.
Yes, you can see it.
I would assume so. That's a lot of lightning.
And I need Ransom to make a dex save.
We gon' burn an advantage because
And
oh no!
Eastvan failed that dex save.
Ouch, buddy.
Okay, so if you got under a 15, you take 31 lightning damage.
Yo.
Did you
As
take an
you
advantage as well there, Kelly?
I did not.
You did not. Cool.
No. I just clicked it twice on accident.
I'm just trying
And
to keep
you-
up on the overlay.
And what this looks like is she basically like blinks. And this lightning strike comes down from the sky and it hits Lon's Delight first and then radiates out from Lon's and hits Sandor and then Ransom and then Eastvan. It does not hit Ipsis. But instead of traditional lightning, this isn't the bright light of lightning. It is this black, inky force
Cool.
that seems to have overtaken all of her powers.
Please tell me that didn't make it necrotic.
That did make it necrotic.
Ransom's unconscious then, because he's vulnerable to necrotic. In one shot.
Cool.
Cool.
But Ransom is right next to Ipsis still. And Eastvan.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody see Ransom go down?
If Ipsis is in line of sight of what's going on but still hidden, I definitely would have seen it. Because I'm watching from around the corner as much as I can see. I don't know angle wise, but if Ransom is still near me, I definitely would have seen it.
Where was Ransom in relation to fight in the center?
He was in the room, but not in the room. He was trying to keep a good 20 feet between him and Chantel at all times while she was on the ground.
Okay. Possible Sandor might have seen it.
It's possible.
Lon's Delight did not. Otherwise she'd be
No.
freaking
Yeah,
out
I
a
don't
lot
think
more than
Lon's
she did.
Delight would have seen it. But I think Sandor, you probably would have maybe followed the track of the lightning and been able to.
Mm-hmm. How's Eastvan looking as well?
He looks like he took a pretty hard hit, but he's still standing just fine.
Okay.
So, speaking of which, Ipsis, it is your turn.
So I want to pop out and see, obviously, that Ransom's down, and look at Eastvan and kind of look at Ransom and just point and say, you need to drag him out of the room for now. And after I say that, I'd like to take one of the stars off of my robe and crush it. And after I crush it, it turns into a magic missile, and I'd like to aim it directly at one of Chantel's wings.
Okay.
And with the description you gave me, it's a magic missile at 5th level,
Okay.
which I don't know what I roll for that, to be honest. It says a dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target at higher levels. The spell creates one more dart for each slot above first. So is it 5 little.
5 little missiles, and this is like an auto hit. So
Yeah.
it's 5 little missiles that are at 1d4, so it'd be 5d4.
Okay. So
Right.
I will roll.
So she takes 13 damage.
Straight to the wing. Whatever wing is closer, more visible, I guess, but to her wing.
Thank you so much to Mirror Shadows, who donates an automatic success to Ransom. Not critical.
It's just an auto success.
We're just gonna put that in a death save.
This is the thing, that's why I specify not critical.
And it is in fact Ransom's turn. Unless Ipsis had anything else you wanted to do.
I was gonna see if with the rest of my movement / bonus action, if Espawn had taken my warning to try and drag Ransom at least out of view or out of sight, maybe where I was hidden. I'll take not being hidden for the next turn if it means getting Ransom out of trouble, but I would like to do that if at all possible. At least start to.
Because of how the turn order works here, I will say that Istvan uses some of his movement to do this.
Okay.
So he does kind of drag Ransom out of the way while Ransom, you make that first death saving throw, which I'm assuming you're using that auto success for.
Correct.
So that's 1. And Istvan does kind of drag Ransom over behind the wall, and then he pops back out. And this time, he just fires a firebolt towards Chantel's wings again, which she takes the damage for. And this time, they light and they crumple. And Scrat, I need you to make me a strength check, basically to see if you're able to hold her up in the sky while she's no longer being able to fly herself. Or the 2 of you, or do you drop her?
Her wings are fucked.
Her wings are fucked.
Right, okay, so hear me out.
Yeah.
If I was to not be grappling her, if I was to let go when her wings catch fire, she would leave my space, right? So I could make an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
So could I use that opportunity attack to, instead of doing that, just twist it slightly, so instead of dropping her, I'd like to throw her at the ground.
So that she hits with bonus force, basically, as she falls?
Falling damage, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can give it bonus damage, but I would like her to end up prone. It would essentially be a shove attack, I suppose. And if she's prone, everyone automatically gets advantage on melee attacks.
It's a shame I can't just catch her on my sword.
Okay. So
You
as
could try.
her wings alight from this firebolt from Istvan, you basically shove her towards the ground, and I believe so she's going to take the damage from hitting the ground.
Do you want me to make the strength check anyway to see if I can successfully make her hit prone?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm using an advantage on it. I want this to hit. Okay, this is some Dragon Ball Z shit, right? We're grabbing her, we're spinning her around, and she was all the way down,
So now there's a crater.
Yes! Slow-mo stones rising from the ground.
So she hits the ground and she damages this mosaic tile that's on this floor.
I've played this fighting game before.
And you see that where her wings were, you just see the black tendrils. It's almost as if the feathers have all burnt off, and all that remains is kind of the skeleton that was holding it together of these black she's laying there on the ground.
Thank you so much to Rock, who donates 5 temporary HP to Ransom. That will come in as soon as Ransom stands up.
However, Sandor, you are still facing down with this air elemental,
Sure.
who is going to
Come
go
at
after
me.
you. It's a 23
Do it.
hit.
Yeah.
And you take 14 bludgeoning damage,
That's fine.
and it will come at you again. Does a 15 hit?
Is it meet or beat?
My
AC
I
is
say players
15.
win. Okay, so you're fine. It tries to reach out for you again, and you kind of just duck out of the way, knowing what's coming. And it is Lon's Delight's turn. You are still floating up in the air 25 feet above the ground, but you can come down if you would like.
Yeah, not for long, because it's real nice, actually, that she was only 25 feet in the air, because that means I don't have to dash to, like, fly towards her at high speed. So I'd like to fly towards her, and there'll be more, like, stones rising, as I'm going to go straight in for another grapple as I hit the ground.
Okay. Roll that grapple for me, and I imagine she's at disadvantage then, probably.
I don't think she'd be at disadvantage for that. What I'm trying to do is get the grapple, because then she's got 0 speed, which means she can't get up.
Okay. So roll that for me. I'm going to roll with advantage.
I'm grabbing an advantage as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
She is grappled again.
And, yeah, then extra attack. I'll get my sword in there somehow, I suppose. Slicey slice at the side. Again, I'll use my advantage. 22?
That hits.
6 slashing damage.
Okay. And Sandor, it is your turn. You are facing down with this stormy elemental that's across from you, and you've just seen Lon's Delight dive out of the sky and grab onto Chantel.
That was impressive.
You've also seen Ransom go down.
Yeah, he's really mad right now. But really the only sign of that is that the grin that is usually on his face when he is headfirst in a fight has disappeared completely. So now he's serious. I have a magic sword I should probably use. So, because this elemental is annoying, I think we hear Sandor utter a word that shouldn't be repeated because it's probably just too terrible, but that's the magic word that launches the sword to life.
Love that.
He's gonna do what he does. Now this, I'm not smart at rules sometimes, so
Me
it
neither.
has a lot of them. Does this thing act on its own power, or does this utilize bonus actions to attack after the initial? It's a bonus action to do the toss it and wake it up thing, but beyond that, I don't know how it works.
It is not like you haven't like summoned like a spiritual weapon. It basically, it's basically a sword that gives you more reach and more
Okay.
oomph. So I think it's
Oh.
still like as if you were wielding
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's still using a bonus action, so I actually...
It also does make the damage magical,
Mm,
which you would not have had before,
okay, that might be useful.
which may
for
be
this
helpful.
thing. Yeah, it's more magical, so I don't know if I need to make it hover though, because I'll just swap swords.
Okay. Yeah, so
I'm
you can just kinda
main-handing the
swap
magic
swords
sword right now. He stows one, draws the other, and we'll go forth. With 3 swings, because I know how to use extra attack, and I remember that I have it.
Swing away.
I'm gonna use advantage a whole lot.
And 14 does not hit.
Okay. I will swing with my offhand.
.24 hits.
Okay.
Okay. So you do that 9 damage, and it looks irritated at you.
Cool. I like it when it's mad. And I will come swing back around, I think, with the dancing sword again, I guess. He's just gonna twist around for his extra attack. And I'm gonna burn another advantage, because why the hell not? $21.
That's a hit.
Sweet. 6.
That will drop you down to 1 advantage left by my count, Jess.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, and that, do you want to try to do anything else on your turn?
I don't think I can. I've spent bonus actions in Sundry. Nothing's moved out of my space, so.
Okay. Scrat, it is Chantel's turn, and you're touching her.
I am. I don't like this. There's a lot of text there.
You're familiar with this one.
No. No.
So I make an attack roll against you, and if it hits, you get sick.
Oh,
26 hit.
jeez. You don't need to ask that question. Oh. Oh.
And you are struck with a very familiar fever.
What is this? I've never had a fever in my life, and now all of a sudden I'm getting them once a day. What's going on?
It's like the con crud.
So you have disadvantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and attack rolls that use strength. But you can roll Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn to try and shake it off.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. And that's what she's gonna do for her turn. That's her action. And she's just gonna kind of let you be there. And as she kind of makes you sick, she just kind of laughs at you. Well, it's delight. As you feel the fever coming on.
Yeah, keep laughing, girl. I got you.
And it is Ipsis's turn.
How far away from the elemental am I?
15 feet.
Okay, so I'll stand up and move 5 feet to this, like 5 or 10 feet away from Espawn and Ransom if they're in that little corner where I was hiding. I'll move like 10 feet, just like shuffle to the side of them so I'm away. And I'm gonna pull out of my back pocket a deck of cards, and I'm going to kiss it and shuffle it at random, pick a card, and throw it 5 feet in front of the elemental.
Okay.
And I have a random deck card shuffler here to see what I pick. And it is the Jack of Diamonds. Is that on here? Jack of Diamonds is an assassin. So I throw the card down, and the card you see grows, and out of it just comes this assassin, this illusionary assassin, and it's going to ready itself to look like it's going to get in combat with the elemental, hopefully to distract it for a period of time while we do other things.
Is there any kind of like check it
just says an illusion of one or more creatures forms above the thrown card and remains until dispelled. An illusionary creature appears real, of the appropriate size, and behaves as if it were a real creature, except it can do no harm. While you are within 120 feet of the illusory creature and see it, you can use an action to move it magically anywhere within 30 feet of the card. Any physical interaction with the creature reveals it to be an illusion because objects can pass through it. Someone who uses an action to visually inspect the creature identifies it as illusory with a successful DC 15 intelligence check. Okay. So it's just kind of like an illusion. So it's just gonna kind of like, it's got knives, and I just assume it's like doing this cool like knife trick thing to like get its attention. And then with So that's an action. And then are we allowed to do like cantrips as bonus actions?
No, that's a
Okay.
Vera rule, not a me rule.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was you or Vera, because I remember
that's me.
somebody saying it.
That's
Totally
me.
fine. With the rest of my movement, I'd like to try and move forward more, but still hide. Like, try to move closer to the fray, but if there's a place to hide, just try to hide. If not, that's totally fine. I'll just, like, duck behind a corner or something.
Yeah, there's not really anywhere to hide. This is a pretty open space. It's just got
Okay.
these two altars in the middle. So, like, you could hide behind one of them, but you'd be getting kind of right on top of everybody else.
I will move closer to where, I'll move kind of in between, so I shuffle to the side, I'll kind of move diagonally, so I'm in front of wherever Ransom is,
Okay.
but still closer to the fray. I just want to be somewhat closer.
Okay, sounds good.
And that will be my
And
turn.
Ransom, it is your turn. You wanna
Death
use that advantage?
save. Yup. Does that mean I automatically stabilize with you, or is that just a
Yep. That is
Yes.
so it's worth 2 successes and you already have 1, so you're up. And I
Okay.
believe you had temp HP gifted to you, right? So you're
Yep.
up with 5 hit points.
I'm up with 6 technically, because if I'm
6
up,
hit
I have to
points.
have 1.
Okay. Yep. So you're up
I'm
with
up.
6 hit points.
I'm pissed. I'm real pissed. He just kind of and he's upright. And I
It's
don't
just you're
think
close
there's
enough
anything
that you would hear him gasp. Sander, you would probably also notice too, given that I'm assuming you have some attention to that section of the arena.
else. There's some real pissed cursing and infernal that you probably can't miss. I don't think I have any bonus actions, and that was absolutely my action to come back to life.
And on Eastvaughn's turn, what he is going to do is he's standing right next to you, Ransom, because he just dragged you away. And so he's going to touch you, and you are now invisible. And that is going to be Eastvaughn's
Work with
turn.
this. I
Remember,
like,
as soon as you attack, you become visible again.
yes, but there are things I can do that aren't attacking. This is good. This is great.
And it is the air elemental's turn, and I'm going to roll to see if it thinks this is real or not. It was a DC 15 intelligence check, I believe. So it believes that the assassin who's dancing at it is real.
yeah.
So it is going to try to attack and realize that it can't pick it up to hit it. Like it can't.
It tried so hard, it crit.
And that will be the air elemental's turn. It is back to Lonsdelight's turn. So you still have Chantel grappled. Her
I
wings
do.
are destroyed.
I have her
You are
grappled.
both in a crater in the ground.
Yeah, grappled prone in a crater in the ground. I have a sword, and Scrap, the idiot, just realized how well you could use a sword in a grapple if you wanted to. So, I'm going to slide the sword behind her neck. Grab it with my other hand, grab the collar of her sleeve with my other hand in a cross, and start pulling the sword so it starts tightening around her neck. And that will be how I attack with the sword.
Okay, roll for it.
I know there's a couple of jiu-jitsu people in there. Baseball swing, but with a sword attached. I'm going to go for the advantage as well, because how can I not? 24.
That's a hit. Okay.
With that hitting my extra attack, I'm hoping that the point might have nicked her arm. So I'm going to roll into that and try and bend her arm backwards, Americana style, also around the sword blade. Another sword attack.
Okay. Sure.
13?
But it does not work. Your sword doesn't have the flexibility to do this that you're trying to do.
Okay, I think it's time. Action surge. I'm gonna try and
Okay.
catch the hilt of my sword with my thigh as I wrap my thigh around her neck to do a triangle hold with a sword.
Okay.
This is the weirdest wrestling match I've ever seen. Also, probably the bloodiest.
That'll work.
Okay. That's a hit. Which I realize I should not be giving to you because you're sick, but that's okay.
Oh
I will
yeah.
let it
Oh
pass
yeah.
this
No,
one
actually,
time.
these should all be flat because she's prone, so I've got advantage, but also I'm sick, so I've got disadvantage. Oh well, we'll have that.
We'll correct it next time. Don't worry. This 8 hit points is not going to make or break her.
Okay. I still get another extra attack though because it was an attack. So the last one, I'm just gonna squeeze that a little bit more, hook the other leg over to really put the
Okay,
triangle
we'll call
on.
this one a flat roll.
Yeah, I figured.
That still hits.
Yeah. Last 7 slashing damage, and as I'm holding her, I'm just gonna take a deep breath for my bonus action.
Okay. So, and then you're gonna roll for me.
Yes.
Constitution save.
Yes.
And this is like a death save. It's 3 and 3. It's 3 successes or 3 failures is what you're looking for. So on that failure, you are
Sorry,
still...
that was a hit dice roll. That was only
Oh,
a
hit
D10.
dice.
My bad. Yeah, that was for my second wind. Can I use advantage on this?
Yeah.
Great.
That's a save. So you've got 2. You need 2 more successes, and then you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So Sandor's turn. So this air elemental has turned kind of away from you, distracted by the little dancing creature.
Cool.
But a few feet in front of you, you have a very interesting pointy wrestling match happening between Chantel and Lon's Delight.
Yup. I think with the air elemental soundly distracted for the moment, he's going to take a look at whatever the hell is going on there.
God only knows.
And just be like, Lons, you need a hand?
Yes.
He's going to go over there and do that while the elemental is distracted.
Okay, so she's grappled, so you have advantage.
Okay.
You just, without
Yeah.
the extra.
Cool. Well, I might as well rage, so we're gonna get serious and do this fight thing the right way. And we kind of just see him twirl the swords in hand and get ready to focus as he goes into a rage, and swings. Main hand is dancing sword for all intents and purposes right now.
Okay, that's a hit.
Boop.
Okay.
And then he will swing again.
That's a hit.
Bloop. And coming back one more time with the main sword thing. Jeez.
That's a hit.
I guess he's mad.
Yeah. Somebody's a mite bit grumpy.
Listen,
Just a wee bit peeved.
by the by, what did Ransom say? In Infernal.
I'm going to tear that winged
Cool.
insert bad thing here apart and then feed her to hounds.
Cool. Duly noted.
And now it is Chantel's turn. And I'm sorry to do this, guys.
No, you aren't.
Yo!
So, Lons, Sandor, Ipsis,
Oh, did we lose Kelly?
We might have lost Kelly.
Oh no! Kelly!
The suspense is killing
know.
me.
This happened last stream
Only
with
when I
Alice
have
as
to
well.
roll
It's the
call.
curse of the DMs. I think Zoom just did an update, and so did Chrome. So, like, if you use Chrome and Zoom.
Oh,
Hey,
there you are.
welcome back.
Phew.
I could.
Okay.
Well, I was talking the whole time and everything seemed fine on my end. I closed Twitch just in case, but
We definitely heard, I'm sorry to do this, and then we saw the roll.
Yeah.
We're like, all right,
trauma.
Yeah.
sorry to do this.
Drops mic, walks away, assumes you're all dead.
TPK. See you
End of the
guys.
campaign. See ya.
Peace.
Great game.
Okay,
GG.
what I was saying was Lawn's Delight, Ipsis, Sandor,
Yeah.
and Eastmon are all going to roll for this because Ransom is invisible, so she's not going to target it. Ransom.
Yeah. So I
That's
can
good.
I'm
see
using
it
my-
coming. So advantage
Yes.
for me. Normal.
I would also like to use an advantage on this.
I'm using my last advantage.
This is standard barbarian stuff, not me using an advantage.
I also get a +1 that won't register for the robe that I'm wearing.
That's fine.
Cool.
So that's. Okay, so everybody
Ooh.
only takes half.
What
Half.
I feel like
so
it's still gonna be like
33.
30 damage.
So 16.
Okay.
Oof.
I'm fine. Relatively speaking.
I mean,
Eastvaughn's smoking around the edges a little bit.
yeah, that's kind of where Lawn's Delight
Yeah.
is.
Sandor's nice, noble clothes are not so nice anymore.
Got like big patchy spots that just
Yeah.
like, sizzle.
They look a little charred now. Damn it. It's my best coat.
Ipsis, it is your turn.
I would like to. We're gonna fire bolt that elemental.
Okay.
With an 11, does that hit?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, then with my extra movement that I have, I'm going to try and. I'm just gonna stay where I am.
I'm gonna sit here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay because I feel like if I move closer to anybody, they're gonna get some sort of attack of opportunity or something. So I'm good. I'm gonna stay where I am.
So just to describe for you, you're probably about 10 feet away from this little group that's going on here. So there's kind of Blonde, Sandor, and Chantel in a crater, and like right next to the crater is the air elemental who's realizing that your illusion is not illusionary. Or isn't
Okay.
illusionary.
Then instead of just standing there like a bumpkin, let's run to one of those pillars or something and just kind of duck.
Okay, so you can either
More-
duck behind the kind of altars in the middle, or you can kind of run back the way you came, back where Ransom was, and kind of duck out the back door still. It's only like 15 feet behind you.
I'm actually gonna run behind one of the pillars, especially if it's closer to the elemental.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay, so that makes it Ransom's turn. Let's see what Vera came up with.
May I take a
Or-
reaction? I didn't. I haven't. I'm not defending anyone. She's not attacking people. She's lightning everyone. So can I hellish rebuke her?
Sure.
Thank you.
And DC 13.
Possible disadvantage because grappled. Possible.
I'll use an advantage and even that out to a raw roll.
Bet.
Oh!
Oh!
Good.
Get wrecked.
You're wrecked.
Yeah.
Doesn't look so hot.
Sick
Or
burn.
maybe she looks
as
really
they
hot.
say.
She's like on fire everywhere.
Oh.
Now it's Ransom's turn.
Hi.
The party is beat up, Ransom. What are you gonna do?
First of all, how bad does everybody look?
Dons would
On-
never admit she's looking bad.
I'm not
Honest-
terrible, so don't worry about me.
On a scale of 61, I'm a 20.
Alright. So there goes the original plan, but that's fine. And what were you at, Lons?
Lon's Delight is standing very firm, although she does look slightly singed around the edges.
Yeah. I would say Sandor looks hella bloody, but not ready to quit.
Okay, well, that's what matters. How far is Sandor from Ransom?
He's right by Ipsis, so... Or by, Vons and Chantel right now.
20 feet.
20 feet. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. Yeah, he's gonna slink over all invisible like. Shit. She's just gonna knock you. She's just gonna knock you right down because I can't get that big. All right, so we're gonna do the mean thing instead. So I have a range of 60 feet with this.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon right above Chantel's lovely, lovely head.
Okay.
And a scythe shaped like a raven's wing just sort of forms there, and I am absolutely going to use an advantage to try and hit. I don't know how I don't think I can manually apply an advantage to this thing. Oh, yeah, I did.
Real pissy.
There it is. 23 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. So that's just gonna slam down. 7 force damage magical. And that is unfortunately gonna end up being my turn because there's not much else I can do. I am going to remain hidden behind that wall.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of duck back behind the wall.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, not sticking my nose out there. And because you cast and attacked, you are no longer visible.
Yeah.
But you are ducked behind the wall.
I am.
Which makes it Eastvon's turn. And he is going to cast... Yeah, he can still do this. He's going to cast Fireball at the Elemental.
Thank you so much, Raven and Raiders. Welcome to the show. It's the big showdown with the final boss.
Oh, cool. Very. Which doesn't look so hot after he casts this. This wave of fire hits this air elemental, and it actually looks like some of the smoke and water that it's stormy made out of starts to like dissipate, kind of poofs away. And it is the air elemental's turn, and the air elemental is going to turn on. Okay, so Ipsis is hidden. It's going to turn onto Lonsdelight, who has grappled his boss. And Lonsdelight and Sandor need to make that DC 13 strength saving throw. Lonsdelight, you are at disadvantage.
I am.
I have advantage on them now because I'm raging.
Thank you very much to Michael, not Michael Wayne, Take Potato Hollow, who's just resubbed 15 months, if you can believe. It's a long old time. And they give their advantage to me, Lonsdelight. Okay, strength save. This is fine. This is fine. You know, we can do the disadvantage. This is fine. This is not fine.
Yeah, it's not so fine.
Oh.
Owie.
So Lons, you take 17
What kind of damage is this?
bludgeoning.
I'm still up.
Damn. Really? Wow.
Barely.
I'd be willing to trade you some hit points if you just drop Chantel.
Hell no.
Oh, does that mean she gets flung too?
Oh, yeah.
This fight's going fine.
So you get knocked 20 feet away. I said this is a 30 by 30 room. You're basically in the middle of it, which means the nearest wall is only 15 feet away. So you take an extra 6 damage when you and Chantal crash into the wall. But Chantal takes it as well.
This is fine.
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Mom's Delight is the final boss, guys.
Sandor, you take half of that 17.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm fine.
Like, yeah. I was damaged last session, but I avoided getting healing by telling y'all that I had more than Jess's max HP
Thanks.
at the time.
I could have made this go better.
Nope. Fine.
Lons, it is your turn.
Yes. Against the wall now, I'm just gonna try and keep one arm pinned on Chantel and ignoring the air elemental and hoping that Sandor or someone can sort that mess out because she don't want nothing to do with it. I'm just gonna go for some more stabbing.
Okay.
Here I go stabbing again. I'm gonna use that advantage I just got gifted on the first one. Is she still
Which
prone,
means it makes
actually?
it a... Yeah, she would still... Well, she'd still be... Yeah, she'd still be prone. You guys got knocked into a wall. You both are,
Oh,
really.
but I've still got disadvantage. They don't stack, so it's still just a flat
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, so it's a flat roll.
Fortunately, that one came out as it would have done flat in a way. That's an 18.
So that's a hit.
Take her down.
12 damage. Extra attack, one more.
That's a hit.
Number 6.
She's struggling to breathe, but she is still breathing.
Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? No, I don't think there is.
And when I say struggling, it's like she's got asthma. She's not like dying.
Damn it.
Anything else, Lons?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. When I'm
me
grappling
more.
someone, I can move half my speed. I would
Okay,
like
so you're
to...
gonna pick her up?
Yeah, I'm going to fly upwards 15 feet.
Okay.
And my bonus action just to be to let go of her?
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Fly
say
up
that's
15 feet and let go. I don't have a bonus action attack, so that'll do.
And you just drop her on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. She is now not grappled anymore.
He's not.
And it is Sandor's turn. So Sandor, she has just crashed onto the ground in front of you.
That sounds fun.
And I will say she is still prone at the moment, but she will stand up on her next turn.
Sweet. I can get to her before that. I got 40 feet of movement, y'all.
She's right in front of you, I think. Oh no, got thrown.
Yeah,
Damn.
they got thrown to the other end of the room, kinda. All right, I need to make a small decision about a thing. Bear with me.
That's a fail, right, Kelly?
That's a fail.
All right, cool. He's smart enough. He remembered he had the poison. I was like, I don't know. I think, and you tell me if this is action or bonus action or what, Kelly, but what I would like him to do is kind of still gripping one sword, but he's going to kind of dip into his pocket to grab that vial and smash it against his other blade.
I would say applying the vial is the bonus action. Is your bonus action for the turn.
Okay.
So you can still swing.
Okay. If that's the case, I think I get 2 swings instead of 1 because I don't think I
Yeah.
can bonus action with the offhand.
Yeah, I think that's how it
Something
works.
like
You wouldn't
that.
get all 3, you'd get 2.
Yeah. So, doing that, so he now has that paralytic from Ipsis on his dancing sword.
And you do have advantage because she is prone still, because she's just been dropped from the sky.
Sweet. Yeah, he's gonna run at her, go all in, and take a good slash with that blade.
That's a hit.
Cool. And the rage damage applies now.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she needs to make a con.
Yeah,
save
and
of
Ipsis, can
15?
you describe what I said? I think it's a con save of 15. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's a con save of 15 or be paralyzed for the next 3d6 rounds, and then you take 2d6 acid damage per round.
Okay. I am going to use an advantage on this.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh!
Well.
Ipsis
Okay.
saving the day!
For anybody in chat who wasn't there, Ipsis kind of snagged this paralytic from several episodes ago off the body of a dead creature.
Yeah. And I didn't think we were going to use it.
She's paralyzed.
Sweet.
And it's 3d6 rounds, so pretty much indefinitely. Because I just got 12.
And she takes another 2d6 acid damage per round on
Yep.
top of that.
I'm
And
gonna-
I still have my second swing.
I'm gonna roll that acid damage right now. Okay, swing again. On a good swing here.
Do.
Okay. She is paralyzed. She is still alive.
Okay.
Boo.
But you can see this acid is seeping into her clothing. It is her turn, but she can't do anything. So, Ipsis.
Ipsis just saved all of our lives.
Hey, mate,
I have no idea what just happened, so I'm going to pop back out of my little nook wherever I am.
Can I ask? Yeah, no, there's been Twitch problems all day. It seems to be going black. Just refresh and it seems to fix it.
Yeah.
But also, if they're on the ground and paralyzed, wouldn't that make every hit against them be a crit hit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It would be an
So that
auto
would
crit.
be double damage for that second swing,
Mhm.
which doesn't double the rage damage.
Right. The rage is just what it is.
She's still alive.
Okay. Damn girl.
She got some hit points.
Yeah, apparently. So I'll kind of poke back out of wherever I was hiding, and am I like still 15 feet away from the elemental?
No, you're probably like spitting distance from the elemental.
Okay, cool.
And probably like 10 feet away from Chantel.
Okay, so I will run over to where everyone is over by Chantel, and while I am doing that, behind me, throw another card in front of the elemental as my
Okay.
action. It is a 9 of spades. I gotta find it. I don't think a 9 of spades exists. Oh, it's a troll. Once again, the card kind of grows, and then out just comes this little troll guy, who I'm gonna make just once again do like this big, like, hey, I'm over here.
Does it have
And
the
I'm
big
gonna-
distracting hair?
Oh yeah, like a whole like 2 feet tall, little like, and it's flowing every time it moves. It's real cool. And then
Does the song and dance
I'm
number.
I'm just gonna use my action to run over there because I don't have any other bonus actions at the moment. So
Well, you can use your movement to run over to finish running over to Chantel if you want.
Yeah, like I'll move over to where Chantel and Lons and everybody kind of seem to be on that side of the room.
Okay. Ransom, it's your turn.
As a bonus
Chantel
action,
is laying on the ground.
yes, and as a bonus action, I can move that scythe 20 feet.
Yep.
And she's down, so I have auto advantage.
It's an auto crit. I
Yeah,
believe is what we just decided.
auto
Yeah.
crit. So does that mean I'm just rolling damage?
Yeah. So roll as if you would like roll the attack, and we're just gonna call it a crit, and we'll just double what it gets.
I think it works like Assassinate, where like if you hit, it's a crit, but if you don't hit, then you like fucked up somehow. You know,
Okay,
like-
cool. Let's do that.
Okay, so do. How do I just re-roll it without recasting it? Because it's already cast. It's
Just cast it again.
that should have been at advantage. Hang on. Let me just,
It's fine. It hit.
yeah. It hit. So then.
So roll the damage and we double it. Although it's not gonna make a difference.
That's gonna be 20 force damage.
Yeah. So you how do you want to do this?
It digs right into her heart. The scythe just digs, the feathered end of the scythe just digs right into her heart and lands there. And then vanishes in a puff of white feathers.
Raiders, you've just come in on the final blow on our big bad. Well, the Avatar of the Gods bad for this campaign. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Hey, Raiders.
And you stab her through the heart. And as you do so, the air elemental behind you all, who is right now staring at a dancing troll, almost looking like its head is cocked, disappears in a poof.
Can I roll 1d6 of falling damage?
Yes.
Once the light stops focusing on doing that. That's great. Yeah, she's still up.
And you have before you the Chantel's form. As you see the breath leave from her body, you also see all of this blackness leach away. It actually kind of runs through the grooves of the mosaic on the floor towards the altar in the middle with this black onyx, and almost seems to just kind of be sucked back into the stone, which continues to kind of crackle around the edges. But as Chantel's body lays there, it goes back to her beautiful golden form, and she seems almost peaceful.
She's with Tristan. Ransom just he like barely sat up. He just collapses back on the floor where Ipsis laid him. He's just nope, not moving.
So that's all done.
I think at
Everybody
this
still
moment,
alive?
I'm good, you.
Never
Once
been
the light
better.
says from the floor.
I got
I think-
chewed up.
I think Ipsis at this moment would go and take her cards, pick them back up, put them in her deck, and then it actually turn around and walk up to Chantel's body and take the coin out of her hair that she put there in like the first or second session, the very first coin she ever got, and she's just gonna tuck it in her hand and just close her hand over it, and then like kind of walk over to where Ransom is and just plop on the ground and just like put her head up against the wall.
Thanks for saving me.
As you tuck this coin into her hand, you see a slip of paper in what looks like a pocket.
Shit.
I will take it. And I will open it as I walk over to where Ransom is and see if it says anything.
It's in very flowy script, very dramatic, lots of flourishes. And it seems to be from like a torn piece of an edge of a book or something like that, some kind of scrap piece of paper. And it says on it, just, my dearest love, I look forward to beating this with you and spending a lifetime together. Tristan. And it's stained and the ink seems to be running.
I'll kind of just look at it and pass it off to Ransom and just kind of turn around and look at the scene and just sit back down. Kind of put my head in my hands.
It's funny. We've won both fights, but they both still feel like losses.
Funny enough, I don't think I would have seen this coming. And I don't know why I feel bad about it.
Killing never feels good. At least it shouldn't.
No. No.
When it starts to is when you have to worry.
So, I don't want to be the person to ask, but maybe Ransom, you're a better person to ask, but do we have to, like, phone the Raven Queen now? Do we have to tell her that we did this?
She probably knows, but just in case, he's gonna haul himself to his feet and stagger towards Chantel's body. And then he's gonna give her the death rites.
As you perform the death rites over Chantel's body, you see more power begin to leak away from her. And this time it's this golden hue that kind of bleeds away from her body and heads just like before, but is sucked up into that other white crystal. And as this happens, she almost seems to shrink somewhat. She seems to lose that ethereal over the top quality. And instead she just looks like any other woman, tiefling woman. Still golden, still very beautiful, but not as awe-striking as she had been when you first met her.
Yeah.
And you hear behind you a flap of wings land in the middle of the circle. And you kind of feel a push and pull of power moving around. And all of you see Soren land between you and shift back into her halfling form. And she looks at you all and she says, "They're arguing about what to do. The gods. They're fighting about if they keep doing this. I think if you destroy those if we can destroy those crystals, maybe we can stop the game permanently."
That's right.
That's the best
I'm
idea.
not supposed to tell you this, and they might punish me for it, but we have to do something.
This is
Still
mad.
enough in me.
These games are madness. These have to go.
And she goes, I can't be here when they get back.
Go.
They can't know that I told you.
Go.
We didn't hear a damn thing from you.
I'll see you at midnight, like always.
Of course.
And she disappears, stepping through a portal in the ground.
So, how do we do this?
I have no idea.
I touched that thing and it gave me the shock of my goddamn life.
I mean, I have a magical hand, but I don't know if just pushing it off a pedestal is gonna break it.
I can try magic. Lon's Delight, do you have any ideas?
Maybe Mother would take it.
That's a bad idea.
That seems like the worst idea.
I'm
Yeah, nobody should have these. Not even the gods, it seems.
Okay.
not feeling too great, honestly. Can I make
Ransom's
some
gonna
more concepts?
tap her with the staff and cast lesser restoration to remove illness.
Thank you. Oh wow, that was some real fever shit I just said there. Give it to my mother. Oh.
Glad to have you back with us.
Are you alright?
No, what was that? What was I saying?
But you're you again?
Yes, and she's gonna stagger to her feet. Now, Lonstelight's very proud, you know, she doesn't often ask for healing, but she currently looks like she's got 2 out of 67 health.
Ransom's just immediately gonna cast Cure Wounds at like 3rd level when he sees how crappy she looks. So you get that much health back. I feel like it's supposed to be more than that for 3rd level, but you know, okay. Just kind of, he flicks you on the forehead and you just immediately heal.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, it should be. It only rolled 1d8. Shouldn't it be rolling 3d8?
It should be rolling. It rolled 2. It should be rolling 3. So just
Above
give me
that, look. Above that, the higher level cast, the 11 is 2d8.
Oh, it does too.
It does say that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
Well,
the other bit is
Just
Yeah.
rolled like crap.
So that was just a crappy healing roll. Great. I'm a
Yeah.
great healer, guys. It's fantastic.
I feel much better. Don't make a fuss.
Mm. We still need to. I could maybe take out the necrotic one. I can try something.
I've got a magic sword now.
Try that with the radiant one, and if this goes wrong, just somebody grab me from how bad this is gonna go, and he's gonna get within 5 feet of Shar's stone.
Okay.
She's not a creature, but it's not a creature, so it couldn't make a saving throw. So I don't know quite how this would work, but I'd like to cast Word of Radiance, and I think I had to manually add this one, so
Okay, so what does that do?
there it is.
D6 radiant damage. How high are you gonna go with this?
I'm gonna cast this. The max that I have right now is 3rd. Well, it doesn't increase the damage depending on how high I cast it. It's just because I'm at 5th level, it's gonna be 2d6 radiant, and I figure since it's necrotic, it's vulnerable to radiant.
Okay.
So, would you allow this, or is this too out of the
Yes.
box?
No, love it.
Okay.
So you walk up to this. Can you describe how Ransom looks while he does this? I feel like Ransom casting a radiant spell is a great juxtaposition.
He's a grave cleric, not evil.
It's gloomy.
I imagine he wears a lot of black, though.
Look, there's some gray. He walks over and just raises his hand. And he kind of looks, very singed, very electrified, very tired. But he just utters the word, which is bless. And I imagine he would utter it in Celestial, seeing as this is a radiant spell. And from his mouth bursts the kind of celestial energy, this golden fire. And it would envelop the stone. Would that be... So should I roll 2d6 or 4? Since it
Don't
would
worry about
be-
it.
Okay. Never mind.
And as you cast this on this stone, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow an advantage on that. That's not gonna.
You are not trying to take this power, you're trying to get rid of it. So this Constitution save was more to avoid what it's shooting out rather than taking it in. So it is a little lower of a DC. So
Cool.
that being said, you feel icky. You feel this necrotic energy trying to reach out and touch you. You can almost feel as it scrapes kind of along your arm, and you feel it tingle on the back of your neck as it begins to leak out of this stone that you have cracked. But it can't quite reach you, and instead this stone it sucks back into the stone, which then explodes into a bunch of little tiny pieces that are all over this. And you see this black ooze kind of streak off into the sky. But the stone seems to be broken.
Quickly, the next one. They're gonna know.
You got it.
And then he just drops.
So Sandor will draw the dancing blade in his main hand and grip it with both hands. And if you'll allow me to hack this a little, I think I'm gonna burn my other sorcery spell slot.
Okay.
As he summons all of his heckin' strength. And when he strikes down with the blade, it will also cast Thunder Wave. So it's gonna be a heck of a strike down on this thing that just thunders out to add to that.
And roll a Constitution save.
Yeah. Oh my god, my character sheet vanished. Hang on. I got this. I'm good at D&D. A con
Anticipation
save?
is killing us. Yes.
I still have advantage. One advantage. I will use my one advantage. Because why the hell not?
This is literally the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And you feel a radiant heat coming off of this stone, and it feels like warm on the entire front of your body as you pierce through it. But again, you see that the power kind of retracts back into that. This light retracts back, and the stone explodes into pieces, and you see kind of a bolt of almost starlight shoot off into the sky. And as you both turn around, standing in the middle of this space, kind of right facing the two of you, are three very powerful beings. Standing in the middle, you see the Raven Queen, who's smiling? Maybe?
Lon's Delight would like to position herself between the party and the gods. If she had feathers, they'd be ruffled.
I mean, do you still have your wings out?
I have winged boots, not wings.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Which-
thought it made you pop out wings from your back. Okay.
No, just
No,
little
they're like Hermes sandals, basically.
I imagine those teeny tiny rings are somewhat ruffled, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandor just kind of spits a bit of blood out of his mouth to the side and looks at them with a kind of, you want to fight? I'm not done. I'm ready for more.
Ransom's just trying to stay upright, and he's not doing that great of a job. He's swaying.
And you see Mistra move forward, and she just kind of walks silently to Chantel's body and picks her up. And she looks at the group of you, angry, but takes Chantel's body and walks back to stand with her sisters. And Shar actually speaks. She says, "Thank you. Thank you for restoring us back to what we were supposed to be. We have agreed, and Mistress says, begrudgingly, that your choice to destroy the stones was a wise one. These games have gone on long enough.
Indeed.
And Shar and Mistra both disappear. And the Raven Queen just stands there before you all. She says, thank you.
It's the smartest option.
Well, it is done. It's all done as far as I'm aware. Is there anything I can do for you?
Maybe for them, I just have a quick question if you can be entertained.
She
Well,
nods her head.
what happens now? Is
Well-
there just going to be another game that you all formulate, or are you just going to let us be to our own devices?
The stones were created originally to aid with this whole process, and with them gone, with this monastery essentially destroyed, you see the whole place is kind of cracking and falling apart around you. There's smoking edges in places. And it seems like my sisters have come to agree to disagree. Mistra was not too happy about conceding failure, but that is how she is. It's, as far as we are aware, it's done. I cannot promise what will happen in 2 or 3 eons from now, but I don't see a game happening anytime soon. And you all have fulfilled your purpose.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Support.
I don't have power without her. Lone's Delight.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not true.
if we're done here, I think we've got an appointment at an inn.
Yes. Well, always did cut to the chase, didn't you, Sandor? I do believe this might be a faster way to travel, although you might find yourself a little bit woozy.
You offered us a boon.
Yes. I asked if you needed anything.
Can you stop people from being seen by certain eyes?
I can give them benefits that would help them not be seen, yes.
I mean specifically my mother's eyes.
I think we can make something like that happen.
My sister Shimmer. She deserves a
Hmm.
fair chance.
Yes. She's wandering around Shadowfell right now, I believe.
And that is your domain as well.
Yes. I could be particularly useful there. Could you be more specific? Do you want your mother never to be able to lay eyes on Shimmer? Do you want Shimmer to have some kind of benefit, or...
Would like her to be able to sleep without having nightmare.
Consider it done. I can grant the same for you if you wish. Soren has already been guarding your dreams for quite some time, trying to help you get some sleep. I can make some of that protection more permanent.
Are no hooks or catches?
Not this time. A simple thank you. That is all.
No reason not to take it, Lons.
She's so glad someone piped up. Like, as soon as Sandor says that, she's like, okay. Like, you can see the relief, like, just fall off her. She's so trepidatious, and then, like, okay. Thank you.
Your mother will still be able to reach you by the traditional means, of course. But she will not interrupt your slumber anymore. She will not be able to see into your mind as you sleep and track where you go. Neither for Shimmer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We at least aren't done yet, Ransom.
In total truth, we won't be done even when I'm dead, because then I go to you, so it's all good. But I'm glad to hear it even still.
No other requests? All right. Well, one last speed trip to midnight. I'm sure Soren has cooked up something for the group of you. Oh. You can tell Soren that my personal gift to her is that I won't tell the rest of them about what she told you. Miss Shar might be a little bit pissy, but seeing as the games are done, technically Soren's contract from us is released as well. She's not bound anymore. She doesn't have to do what they say anymore.
Spectacular.
Yes, well. Right, let's get on with it.
I do have one thing. Just another question.
Yes,
and
yes.
I don't know if you know this or know anybody who will know this. I want to know the temple that I was left at when I was a baby. I want to know when I was stolen, who I was stolen from.
When you get back to midnight, I will include another chapter of Soren's notes. They will be with your things.
Thank you.
Now are we done?
Sandor, don't you want anything?
No, why would I?
The coat is ruined.
So what? About time I got rid of it anyway.
Pity. It was nice on you.
I'm done wearing these colors.
Maybe something red.
Don't know if that would help all the blood, but we'll worry about that later.
We're ready.
Oh, thank goodness. And you all feel a familiar feeling of the world slipping sideways as it tilts one more time and you fall down the mountain. And you feel yourself pass out briefly. And you all wake up, laying in the snow on the ground outside of midnight.
Ipsos is immediately going to start making snow tiefling angels.
That's so
I am
cute.
Protect her, she's so pure. Sandor's gonna cuss because it's cold as shit.
Yup.
And his coat's ruined, so, you know, he ain't dressed for this weather.
Ransom's gonna get up and help everybody else get up.
Hell, let's get inside somewhere now.
Always midnight.
If I never have to
Never
hear
thought
those
I'd-
damn words again. it'll be
Yeah, I
too
never
soon.
thought I'd be so happy to see this place.
Me either.
I need a drink.
I'll second that one with you. But you're buying.
Sure. Okay.
I'll buy.
And I'll
I'll
just
buy.
like push. I'll push Sandor and just keep walking.
Ransom just kind of looks at Lons. You alright? I promise you she's not like your mother. That gift was no strings.
No. If Sandor's like left earshot, you'll just Ransom. Sandor seems so sad.
Maritza's probably quite sad too.
But yes, I can sort that out. But you should go and speak to Sandor and try to cheer him up.
I'll see. Not the best at cheering people up, but come on, let's get in there.
Might be the best at cheering Sandor up.
We'll see.
And before we all go inside, Ipsis is gonna pull Lons aside. There was a lot that's happened. I just want to say thank you.
Sounds like gives Ipsis the biggest hug that's ever been given.
I was just
she
gonna
just
say
like
she just
wraps
fully
up.
embraces. Like fully embraces. And just sits there for a moment in silence and just like rubs your horns a little bit in this hug.
Yeah, there's just big old squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, warrior mum squeeze. So it's
I love it. I love it. Now, let's get you inside and get you to your little lady, huh? No,
You
I'll walk
don't
inside.
get visited by my mother, do you?
Me? No, no.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't really know her.
That's good. I was just checking, like, you know, I went and got all that
Nope.
protection for me and Shimmer, and then, you know.
I would have piped up. I would have been like, hey, me too. It's all good. At least we know it wasn't the same mom.
Don't bother looking for father. He's a dick.
Nah, didn't plan on it.
He's dead!
I'm good enough with just you and Shimmer. I think Shimmer is enough to put anybody on their ass. And you're enough to pick me back up.
Oh.
And I'll push the door open and walk inside on that note.
And as you enter into midnight, probably for one last time, you see that there's a quiet evening going on, but quite a few more patrons than you're used to seeing. You actually recognize a few people, including Fletch and his husband, kind of sitting off in one corner having a glass of wine together. You see a small halfling with purple hair kind of running around like crazy. But there's a few noticeable differences. The first is behind the bar. You see hanging on the wall a large staff with an amethyst on the top. Almost as if it was put away, retired. You also see Mantra and Maritza sitting off in one corner together, whispering kind of nervously. As you guys kind of enter the room, they both jump up quite dramatically. And Maritza flings herself at Lonsdelight. I'm so glad you're okay.
I was fine. I was always fine.
How do you look right now, Lonsdelight?
I probably look like someone who nearly died and was battle triaged back
Substantially
up to a
less than
quarter
fine.
health. Like, yeah. Like, you know, like how people look when they've just like come out of a boxing match and, you know, they're not bleeding, but, you know, someone stitched them up, but it doesn't look like they're okay. Like,
You don't. Oh my god, you sit down right now. Let me bring you some tea and something to eat. And oh, goodness.
what? I'm okay.
Just let her take care of you.
What the grumpy one said.
Okay.
She gets me.
Shall I just sit here? I don't want to make the chair bloody.
No. Oh.
Pretty sure it can be scrubbed out. Just sit the hell down.
And as you sit, you probably come up now finally to like Maritza's chin, sitting while she's standing. And she kind of leans over and gives you a kiss on the head. And says, "Just let me take care of you for a change."
Okay.
Okay.
Mon's still with us, or did he nope out at some point?
He's been kind of standing back. I imagine he actually went into midnight while you all were chatting outside, not wanting to interrupt. You see him as you head in. You probably see him sitting on a stool at the bar, nursing a drink.
He'll let him be. Although Sandor, on entering, will basically raise the hand to Soren and just be like, "Hey, Soren!
Yeah,
I'm thirsty."
as always.
I'm buying.
People who
I'm
say
really
don't
thirsty.
need to buy. I mean,
You're running a business.
oh, I guess now. I'm going to franchise, I think.
Sounds good. And he's just gonna give her. How much have I got?
I have so much free time on my hands now that I'm not gonna be chasing you guys around the cosmos.
That's excellent.
He gives her
What?
10 gold.
Oh. Well.
The Raven Queen appreciates what you did.
Oh, well. She's
By the
always
way,
been
I'm-
one of my favorites.
I'm kind
Mine
of broke
too.
as hell, but I don't suppose you could point me to where I could get some new clothes after this. I'll
No,
work,
I mean,
work it off or something.
Fletch just put the store back together, so you can probably find some thing warm at least.
I can give you the money, Sandor. It's not a problem.
If you're buying, I'm not gonna say no.
Then I'm buying, I guess.
Okay.
And Sandor, you'll notice at the counter that Han is trying to like get a spark from his hands.
Mhm.
And he can't. And he chugs his drink and slams it down on the table, and Soren gives him another one.
You okay over there?
I think when you broke that rock and you broke the deal, my gifts are gone.
Your sword arm still works, doesn't it?
Yes, but I'm
Mortal.
not sure if I'm ready to get old yet.
Nobody is. Guess you're just gonna have to get used to it, huh?
You know, tomorrow will be the first day in over 1,000 years that I wake up a day older. I don't know whether to cry or throw myself a birthday party.
Both.
I would opt for the latter. Parties are always more fun than crying.
It's one of the smartest things you've said in a long time.
Sometimes I'm brilliant. Savor the moment, I guess.
That is true. Look, I know we are not on the best of terms, but you were impressive today. I'm happy that I get to say that I had a hand in that. And every time I run into one of Soren's franchises, I will leave a note. So if you want to catch up at any point, you'll be able to figure out where I am.
Thanks. Don't get killed out there.
You don't either.
Not yet, anyway.
And be kind to your liver. One day you're going to have to deal with all of this alcohol you've been drinking.
Well, the hope is that I'm gonna get killed before then, but we'll see.
I think there's a lot of people in the room that would hope that is not the case. I've lived a very long time. Every day is a gift. Everyone you get to spend with people that care about you, even more so.
Pretty much.
I've had to leave behind people that I've cared about, friends, family. The days get longer without them.
Wow, all this gold is for me? Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Thank you very much, Rock. Who's heading off to bed, but leaves a big tip at the end for a great season. Thank you so much.
I wish you the best, Sandor. And I hope we meet again.
Yeah, me too. Same to you.
And he extends a hand.
He'll reach out and take it.
He shakes his hand.
Yeah, give a good strong clasp, if bloodied.
I'm going to go to sleep.
If we've earned anything, it's a damn nap, that's for sure.
Yeah. Good night.
And Sandra will take the drinks and carry them back. And immediately pound one of them all the way.
Please don't choke.
I'm fine. Now.
And Soren comes back from the back with a huge tray of food as per usual and lays it in front of all of you and pulls up a chair for a change and sits at the table with you. And she's just like, well, what do you guys do now?
I believe Ipsis had a question for you.
Oh?
Was there anything left for me? Is there anything here, package, and note?
Yes, there's a journal up in your room. You might need some help reading it. It's in Celestial. But
All right.
I can do that now.
And
oh,
Maybe I could teach you, Ipsis.
that would be amazing. Figured might be important to learn another language. You never know when I'll meet a god again.
Hopefully no time soon.
I hope not.
Hopefully never.
Cleric, right here. Eternally tied to a goddess. Right here.
Look, you don't need to, we don't want your passive goddessing, okay? You chose to start being goddesses stuff. Don't force it on us.
I can't heal you without that goddess. You realize this?
I don't need healing. I'm fine.
He's just gonna look at Maritza.
Who's giggling at Lon's joke. And seeing Lon so relaxed, Maritza's kind of like laughing as she's like spooning huge amounts of food onto a plate in front of Lon's. And Soren looks at Ipsis and she just says, you know, I should let you read the whole story. But your mother was a good person. She was just in a tough spot. And she loved you very much. She left you somewhere she thought you would be safe. I think that's all you really need to know. But
I appreciate that. I want to read it. In time. I think learning Celestial might take me a bit, but thank you. And I don't think I sat at the table yet. I think I'm just awkwardly standing there. I'll actually go around to where Mantra is and like give her a massive hug like from behind. And just whisper in her ear and say, thank you. You know, thank you for all you've done. I know none of this was probably easy, knowing what you knew, but thank you for staying by my side all this time.
You're welcome, dear.
No. Go and take a spot at the table and start just casually eating.
Well, we did it.
We did.
You all were worried.
I was very worried. And then I was proven right because I was taken down in one go.
Really
That was
auspicious.
fun.
We could give you some like lesson between me and Sandor. I'm sure we could teach you to take a hit a bit better.
People have tried to teach me how to be a warrior. It didn't go very well. There's a reason I went for subterfuge. I literally carry around a shield for that reason, but, you know, lightning. Necrotic lightning. It's great.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to deal with something like that ever again.
That'd be nice.
What, you want all ready for like round 2 if it got up and went again?
You're
should
very
punch you.
optimistic.
But I'm pretty sure the magic still works around here, and I don't want to get kicked out into the snow.
Thank you for being a little bit more cautious, he says to Sandor.
Sandor's like...
Slightly, until, you know, you
Starts-
touched the stone.
He starts to say something and then decides not to.
Until you decided to touch that stone, I did not miss that.
Well, I found out what it did. Fucking hurt. That's what it did.
I can imagine.
And I would like to just kind of go around the table and see, are there any last conversations that anyone wants to have?
I think before the evening is over, whatever the rest of the evening would entail, Ipsis would go run upstairs to get the book, the journal, and bring it down and ask for Ransom to try and skim at least just to the part where I know the answer to the question that I asked the Raven Queen.
What temple you were left at?
Yeah.
Alright, he would skim.
And you find the name of a temple. Oddly, it seems like it's the same kind of monastery that you were at before, but it's not the one here in Dawn.
So it's one devoted to multiple gods?
Mm-hmm.
You were basically left at one similar to the one that we just kind of ruined. Many gods, many devotions, so in a way it was all left up to chance. Which god you might agree with, disagree with, how you might fall, but then Mantra took you and raised you well.
It's funny how it all seems to make sense in the end.
It is, isn't it?
At least I had options.
You did. You still do.
I still do.
And then I get to start teaching you the celestial alphabet, so that'll be fun. For me.
Oh. I have a feeling you're a very rigorous teacher.
You know me so well. You'll do fine.
Thank you. I can't wait to finally read all of anything that's in this journal. I appreciate you taking that time.
I don't mind. Not for you.
And I'll give Ransom a huge hug.
Oh, gods.
Just a quick one. And I'll like squeeze and then just like let go. And then like back up a step or two. I'm sorry, I had to.
You're pushing it. You're pushing it.
I know, I'm sorry.
That was cute.
That was terrible.
Nearly
You
as
liked
cute
it.
as the tail we all saw in the snow the other day, Ransom.
Yeah, that was pretty cute, wasn't it?
That was something.
That was definitely a thing you did.
It is a thing that I did. It is definitely a thing that I did. It is not a thing I knowingly did, but it is still a thing that I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unconscious minds.
Sure. Meaning?
I don't think I've
I
heard that
guess-
saying before. Unconscious minds helps
I
you
guess-
unwind.
I guess deep down I wanted to be close to you.
Okay.
And so, you know, tail. And then he flicks Sandor with it.
He makes a swipe at it, but doesn't actually grab it. Took you long enough to come around.
I guess it did. And you win in the end, don't you? Because you always called it.
I'm nothing if not patient.
You are at that.
Besides, not like I have anything better to do. So what are we all doing next?
Sleep sounds good. Eat, drink.
Lons. Maritza speaks up.
Hello?
Before we all go to bed, would you like to go on a walk with me?
Yes?
Okay. And she stands up and holds out her hand for you.
There's a long pause before Lonsdelight like snaps out of that and stands and takes the hand. Yeah, thank you, Santa.
And she kind of leads you out the front door. And
With
she's
those
just kind of
two.
walking
go
hand in hand with you in the snow. Go ahead, Jess.
With those two gone, Sandor's gonna look at Ransom, look at Ipsis, pull out a deck of cards. Because he's not gonna go off with Ransom and leave Ipsis alone. That's terrible.
That would be absolutely terrible.
And he'll start dealing.
Please tell me we're not betting drinks.
You know, now that you said it, we could.
No.
What do you think, Ipsis? What are we playing for?
I'll play for drinks. Ain't got nothing to lose now.
Guess we're playing for drinks.
It's a good thing I'm a great deal better at cards than I am drinking games then.
Yeah, well, I'm just lucky most of the time.
We'll see how lucky you are.
Could have said we'd play for kisses, but I didn't think you'd like that.
Now you won't know, I guess.
Drinks it is.
I think at this moment, Ipsis would like move since the other couple left. She'd move closer to Mantra and kind of just like sit there and while they're kind of doing their thing, just be like, you wouldn't believe it, and like try like going and recounting kind of the encounter that they had with Chantel and destroying the orbs and doing all of this and kind of just like, you know, be like, I can't believe it, I can't believe you weren't there, you should have seen it.
And I feel like Mantra's enraptured, nodding her head and like knitting. She's like knitting a scarf.
And then in true fashion, Geppetto is gonna come out of my hair and just perch on my shoulder while I'm in this whole thing. So I'm like very animated, so I'm moving my arms and I'm like, and then this explosion happened, and like the bird's like hanging onto my shoulder, like just like kind of being thrown around. Just like still eating at the same time, just like taking the cards and like looking at them and talking and eating and just like very enraptured and like being safe, feeling safe.
Yeah.
And out in the snow, a water ganassi and a tiefling walk hand in hand with the moonlight shining down, sparkling on the ice crystals. Roots goes, I know that you probably have a lot of big adventures to go on now. And I know I'm not super useful, but I was wondering if I could tag along. Home is safe, and I can't really imagine going back after everything I've seen, after meeting you.
Dons will stop in the snow. I'm tired, Maritza. I joined the mercenary band to get away from my father. I keep traveling to avoid my mother's gaze. I believe my father is dead, and Ransom's goddess thing has helped me with my mother. For the first time, I don't have to keep moving.
Oh no!
I have friends, family. And I feel like I have a chance to build on that. You know, me and Ipsis are sisters.
Yeah.
If you would like, we could maybe, you know, still be around each other, but maybe not adventure. Just like eat and stuff.
I'd be okay with that.
Unless you want to travel. I mean, you're a traveling dancer, right? I mean,
And she stops you and picks up, she bends over and she gets a snowball in her hands and chucks it at you. Shush.
when the snowball hits, Lons is gonna pretend that she's so injured that she's passed out. Like she's just gonna like just go straight down.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
When she runs over, Lons is gonna grapple her though. Hug.
And Maritza will laugh at it and hug you back.
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, I don't really care. As long as it's with you. And the camera will pan away from our group inside playing cards. Probably a now snow-covered Maritza, who's getting a little bit of a chill, and Lancelot eventually heading back inside. You see Soren bustling around midnight, cleaning up, still casting prestidigitation every so often, especially on the blood spots left behind. Sandor, you look down and realize you're suddenly much cleaner than you were when you walked in. And the camera fades away from the tiny town of Dawn. To a pink and red tiefling wandering through Shadowfell with a note in her pocket in some stilted black script that said, "You really thought it would be that easy. Love, Dad." And that is where we will end Tilt.
Anyone else feeling real good right now?
Oh, I'm so emotional.
I'm crying.
Crying. Yep, crying.
Just so you know, Jess, one of the
Oh,
hands
that's-
Ransom wins, he's actually absolutely gonna steal a kiss on Sandor's cheek, just to be that guy.
All according to plan.
I know. Sandor's got him down.
He's like, I ain't gonna chase. It's fine.
Nope, you just gotta encourage Ransom to chase.
Yep.
Oh god, we're
Wow.
done.
Kelly,
Or are we?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know, man. That was
I can't
Whew.
believe your first season on a stream, Kelly.
amazing. Amazing.
Too powerful.
Kelly, I don't have words for how absolutely beautiful this entire campaign was.
Yeah.
Very, very well done.
Thank you.
Well, we do have credits, so we don't need to do the outro stuff. But what we can do as a special extra thing, because it's the end of the finale and all of that sort of thing, is talk about what our favorite part of the season was. I won't put anyone on, the spot, because even as I say it, I can't think of it that quick.
Bold of you to assume I remember literally anything
Yeah.
ever.
Besides, I'll go first, just because I was thinking about it. Besides Ipsis's arc with finding out she has family, like living family, it was definitely the plant dinosaur, the
Pony!
pony. Yes, I was gonna say pixie, but I was like, no, pixies were riding pony. No, pony was definitely one of my favorite parts. I remember getting very lost in your description of that entire scene, and it just being a very fun episode. So yeah, that was probably my favorite moment besides like my character arc.
And like that leads neatly onto mine as well, because I think it was from the same episode. I clipped it, I tweeted about it a bunch of times because I just thought it was an epic moment of DMing when you were describing the garden when Tristan was hours and stuff in there, and it was just such a moment.
I love the juxtaposition from how we started out to how we're ending. We started out with like 2 people that trusted each other, and then everybody else like, "Mm." And now we have Lon's Delight falling in love with Maritza, and and Sandor are, I love them, and Ipsis has Mantra and found out that Lon's Delight is actually her sister, and
Very
it's just
wholesome.
the entire journey.
No.
Yeah, I think watching each of the different character arcs was very nice. It was a good journey for everybody.
I'm honestly a little speechless. Whew.
Kelly, how about you? Do you have a favorite part? Was there anything that sticks out in your mind? Well, how were we as a group? Were we good? Were we challenging?
No, at first I came into this like prepared for it to be like impossible, because I had no idea what I was doing. But I think the great thing about this group is they're just like bring it, and so I could throw whatever I really wanted to in the mix, which was wonderful. I am particularly fond of the Ipsis Lon's Delight drum bop of them being actually related. I was sitting on that one from the very beginning, and I enjoyed watching that play out. I liked being able to kind of play with everything that everybody gave me. Everybody gave me such good stuff and character backstory, things that were rich in drama but very loose in definition, that made it really easy to be able to play with things in this game and bring you all together. And I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed getting to tell about this little place that I created. It was a lot of fun getting to play around and something that I was making up on the spot, and I appreciated that everybody also rolled with me on that with like the rules. So I had a lot of fun with this group, and I'm gonna miss Tilt every Monday. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was definitely
Ray and I are just both disasters.
We're being emotional disasters in chat
Well,
right now.
I think that is a good time for us to wrap up the stream. We're going to go and do a little decompress with each other. Thank you so much for coming along every week, everyone. Thank you so much for all of the support today. An amazing amount of support. Thank you all. As some of you know, I was expressing some concern about my finances over the Gen Con period recently, and days like today where every stream is beating £100 really, really helps. I think today we might have just about covered my art costs. Is fantastic help. Yeah, we're gonna go. I can't say we'll be back at the same time next week for more Tilt, but I can say we'll be back tomorrow for more finales. Twilight Sands at 7 and the last cartoon karting at 10:30 p.m. So we'll see you then. Until then, keep on evoking emotions. See you later.